Don't you just want to lose it when your shaker card explodes? You had a fantastic design idea, you worked hard on it, and then suddenly glitter is flying everywhere. Well, that's a thing of the past because I'm about to give you 2 foolproof shaker card formulas. Something you can repeat over and over and always get the same answer. A card. Shakers don't have to be made while crossing your fingers and holding your breath. So what are the parts of this formula? You'll need heavyweight cardstock. I use 110 pound. It gives a more solid feel, which is important when you're trying to pop up panels with gaping shaker holes cut in them. That means you're also going to need some dimension. Foam tape, fun foam, or stacked cardstock die cuts all work great. Depending on which formula you're using, one or the other is going to be a better choice. You'll need strong double-sided tape to attach the shaker window. Liquid glue just doesn't adhere as well. For the shaker window, you'll need a material that's either totally or partly see-through. Usually that's acetate, or the free version, cutting up and using your old stamp packaging. Do you hoard that too? Or you can use a more opaque material, like vellum or tulle. The shaker bits are what make shaker cards so fun. Traditionally, shakers are filled with sequins or glitter, but there's so much more to use. Microbeads, stamped images, clay pieces, sprinkles. You've got the parts down now, but which of the 2 shaker formulas should you use? That depends on the look you're going for and the supplies you have available. The recessed style shaker has a completely flush card front. All of the shaker elements are below level. This style works with basically any die you can think of. Coordinating dies, layered dies, sentiment dies. A dimensional shaker is the exact opposite. All the shaker elements are above level. This makes the shaker a really fun dimensional focal point for a card. It's also got great interplay with the card background, since the background can show seamlessly from inside to outside the shaker window. But you are more limited on which dies you can use. You need dies with a cutout section, so you're mostly looking at frame dies, outline dies, or specialty dies designed for shakers. Let's do the recessed formula first. Cut a shaker opening into whatever panel you're using for your card front. I've added some cardstock strips to my panel and am cutting the opening with a sentiment shadow. Add the shaker window next to the back side of the opening with strong double-sided tape. Then add foam tape walls all around the opening. It's your choice to go single or double layer on that foam tape. It really just depends on the thickness of your shaker bits and how freely you want them to move. If you go single layer, cut the foam tape in half, and for double layer, fold the foam tape in half. Once you remove the backer tape, this half-size width is super flexible, and you can curve all around your shaker cutout. This part is absolutely key for preventing shaker explosions. Press that foam down real good and make sure all the seams are super tight. Use an anti-static powder tool to take off any remaining stickiness from the inside edges of that foam tape. Keep the shaker bits from sticking to it. Now add in the shaker bits and press your backer piece onto the foam tape again very firmly. No spills here. The backer can be most anything. Plain white, pattern paper, a gel print. The last addition is dimension all around the back of the panel, bringing everything up to the same level with those shaker walls. This shaker's ready to attach to the card base. Now for the dimensional formula. Dimensional shakers are completely opposite. You start with your backer piece and build up. The backer piece can again be any type of paper, just like a recessed shaker, but the backer can also be your actual card base. You could stamp a background on your card base to show inside and out of the shaker, but instead, I'm stamping a combination of images and a big sentiment to show inside and out. I'm using some of those same colored strips from the last card to stamp candles on. I also want to do something a little extra here, so I'm stamping both my card base and the shaker topper piece. To do that, I've positioned that topper exactly where I want my shaker. I'm stamping in my MISTI so I can get a real good impression on both pieces. Ugh, ink, how do you get everywhere? After this dried, I just took a sand eraser to get rid of most of the stray ink. Time to add the shaker walls. Instead of using foam tape, I prefer to glue a stack of die cuts together to create a cleaner look with the shaker sides exposed. Now, I gotta laugh that I'm creating a foolproof shaker video here, and I'm making another mistake. Notice that glue? I was super excited to try it out. It's a brand new glue to me, but there's something very special about it, and it's the reason I bought it. It dries tacky. Shaker bits plus a forever sticky glue holding the walls together? Not good. Did what I could with anti-static powder. Make sure to attach your shaker wall stack to the card base or backer, again pressing down really firmly all around those walls. Remember, no leaks. I'm making sure to line the shaker up with the exact same spot on the sentiment where I stamped it by holding that topper piece over the walls. Now add in your shaker bits and your shaker window. The safest practice again is adhering the window very securely with a strong double-sided tape. But sometimes the shaker walls are just so narrow, I can't be bothered with tape. So I'm using glue, but be warned, it does not adhere as well. I'm always sure to put something really heavy on top as it dries though. Then add that final die cut topper to finish off the top edge. The very last piece to these formulas is becoming familiar with them. So familiar, you can just rattle off the answer without even thinking about it. Remember memorizing your multiplication tables? Same idea, little more fun. And the same goes for any new skill or technique. To actually progress, you gotta spend time with it, learning from the fails and then practicing what you learn. Now, what about one more shaker idea to practice with? And this one's also gonna help you put to use an underused product. Click right here and I'll show you how. I'll see you there.